Hey buddies, or giddy up, howdy cowboys, how's it going? My name is Simon, welcome to AmassGames. This is the 10 through to 1 top board games of all time based on 2,121 different board game reviews at time of making this list, and now it's over 2,500. So for 2024, obviously there'll be a lot more stuff than stuff just at a shot. They'll be making this top 100 list at the very least. Why am I wearing this hat? Well, I've talked about this on the podcast. You may have seen it in the top 50 most played board games by all users on the channel already, so check out that as well. This is because on Sunday I'm going to be playing another Western themed game talked about in the podcast, and also it fits quite nice and short when I'm tilting down and stuff, whatever, so hopefully my haircut doesn't look as bad wearing this hat. Made in Mexico, by the way, so it's not a cheap hat. I'm borrowing it, and I'll be playing some Western Legends that are shot, so check out the videos on the channel for that too. Up at number 10, let's talk about that. Well, on this occasion, I have got the one closest to hand. It's not necessarily the best in the series, but I have actually got a ranking going on. So this is for micro macro, but I think they're pretty much, I'd give them all at least an 8 out of 10. But obviously, as you can see, this is already in the top 10 already. I've played all the different promo stuff as well for micro macro Crime City. I've played all the last ones for All In, which is the third in the series. In fact, there's one missing from the first one I still need to do, but this is Full House. I've still got some promos to play for this too. I've got a comparison video, which got a few thousand views as well. Cooperative board game, whereby you're trying to deduce and figure stuff out. Very highly rated solo game as well. This might be my favorite solo game as well. So if I haven't already shown you that, check out my top 10 solo playlist as well. So that isn't at number 10. The next one up, we have actually had this list already so far in terms of the premise, but it's Aons Legacy. I think mainly because it was such a great game to play during lockdown. It was just a great experience. I've played through it twice already. In fact, I think 3 times now. So I'm playing it through a 4th time as and when people are up for it. Very much enjoyable. I've got a reset pack, so I could play it 8 times if I wanted to. Highly enjoyable. Another cooperative game, funnily enough, a deck building game where you never shuffle your cards. And in this occasion, you have stickers which evolve the story. So very thematic, very fun. Let me know in the comments best on YouTube. Obviously, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Our first competitive game. Now, this is a racing kind of game with dexterity element with a bit of memory as well. This is Greedy Goblins, where you're racing to get tiles which might have gems in them because you're goblins. You're trying to get all these gems in the mine, but watch out for dynamite. If you get some dynamite, it actually improves your score. However, get too much dynamite and you've caved in and you're not going to get anything that round. You're trying to chuck these tiles into various different mining locations, and you're going to be claiming typically 2 or 3 depending on the number of players. And that occasion, you might end up actually blowing up somebody else's mine, or someone's going to blow up your mine thinking you've got all the great treasure. Aside from that, there's also a special character you can take. So one person can claim that each round, and that allows you to just boost things, so maybe rubies are worth more. Same designer as Magic the Gathering, I believe. Same designer as King of Tokyo. Numerous other things. So Richard Garfield, for me though, this is his best game. So there we go, that's that put to place. Next up, we have our final legacy game and another cooperative game. This is Pandemic Legacy Season 2. Another one I've played multiple times, played it through twice. This one though in particular, other people as well, when you've seen the ranking videos, both on other people's channels I've talked about and on mine, I've been talking about why this one is so, sandboxy, very much like Western Legends, because you can do so many different things in it. It changes every single time you want to play it, and it doesn't feel as if you're going to be doing something that other people have done it as well. So, like the other Pandemic ones in particular, you might maybe recall something and how you want to do something. I can't recall much, maybe a little bit in this one, only one place, but in that occasion I'll just tell where do you want to go. So that is Pandemic Legacy Season 2, a great game. Check out my cooperative playlist. Next up, it's my highest worker placement game in this occasion, which is just right in front of me here. Nearly played it 2 days ago. This is Stone Age, so I've talked about this on the boardgamegeek podcast. This is a game whereby you do roll dice, which is a bit odd for a worker placement game in some respects, based on output randomness. But what you're doing here is you are looking to basically get more resources, and you're going to control that by stopping other people from going there too. Getting some cards, and cards are very important. And to do that, you're trying to get a set collection going on too. Modifiers as well, axes, which improve your score, getting more workers, getting more wheat, and also going to that lovely little love hut to improve your population size as well. But they're going to need more food to eat as well. That is Stone Age, fantastic. and it didn't win Game of the Year. It lost out to a deck building game, the first in the series, which was Dominion, so the first ever deck building game really. Next up, we've got a game which has been #1 a number of times. This is a newer, well actually it's an older edition. This is the first edition or second edition because of the nomination for Game of the Year. This is Gol Handle, or You're Bluffing. This is my third or fourth copy of this game now. Another one just out of shot. A full-size one. I've shown Tom Vasel and Z Garcia this one because it came with a promo, which is why I bought it. And yes, I've yet to play this copy. It is sleeved, it's in pristine condition. I might be playing it in Germany this year. Another copy is going over to Germany and staying over there, so might bring this over or play it this weekend as well. It's a 3 to 5 player game, excellent bluffing game and bidding game. It's just phenomenal. It kind of got me into board game, to be honest. Next up, another game that has been #1 on this list. This is a game that I've got a number of editions of as well. I'm just showing you this smaller box for now. This is No Thanks, but you can also get the VR distribution one, which got lovely pebbles in it too. This is a game by Thorsten Gimler. I for some reason thought it was French, but sounds like he's German to me. But again, another game of around 2008 as well. Fantastic game whereby you are looking to pass on things, so it's a bit of bluff in some respects, trying to get the lowest score by making runs, and if you make a run of like 5, 6, 7, your score is 5. You're trying to get the lowest score by saying no thank you. Any leftover pebbles, everyone starts off with 1 or about 13 odd to start off with, then you're going to be reducing that down. So if you have fewer pebbles, then you have less opportunity to pass, but each time you pass, you're giving a pebble to somebody else, which allows them to pass and also allows them to lower their score, because every pebble at the end of the game is worth 1 point or -1 point as well. So lowest score wins. My best score is -6. I've even played a game where I never even touched a card. I was eating a burger and I said, give me that card, please. Into the top 3, what do we have in bronze position? Another prior game that has actually been top of this list before. I've got the videos actually for No Thanks to be checked out. Check out my videos for Port Royal, because I've got big box stuff to show you. I've also got the small stuff as well. I've got the promos as well for the big box. Also promos for this, and all the expansions all fit into this small box as well. Lovely sized box, lovely artwork. I prefer it over the original, the big box one as well. This is a push your luck game. This is the highest push your luck game in the series. And in this particular game, what you're looking to do is try to ultimately get the most amount of victory points, most shields. And you do that by maybe getting pirates, maybe fighting off ships, maybe trading, lots of different things you can do. Very variable by a great designer, Alexander Pfister from Austria. I was helping make a kind of board game version, but he wants more changes to it. So yeah, he's now since made a dice version, which I was also working on. But next up at number 2, another different style of game. We've got another mechanism going on. Different theme, a different setting, but it's an area control game, but a very nice, simple area control game. I have pimped out my version. You can get now even smaller box by Fantasy Flight, but my edition comes with the flanks, wooden penguins, which are much nicer, and it's a nicer, smaller box. So lovely, cute penguins. Highly recommend this one. I think it might have even been #1 as well. But this game obviously comes with an exclamation mark. We had No Thanks, which came with an exclamation mark. Port Royal doesn't, but You're Bluffing does. So 3 of the top 5 have got exclamation marks in it. In at #1 also has an exclamation mark. It's been #1 before. Great app as well. It's by Schmidt Spiel. Knock them out. I've got 3 or 4 copies of this game as well, because the dice get so faded because the terrible pens. It's a terrible looking kind of abstract-y theme kind of thing though. So every game I can give you a negative review about. However, it's a 1-6 player game, takes 20 minutes, more like 30, and it's a roll and write. It's the best roll and write there is, and everyone who plays it loves it. Played it so many times. I've gone through the entire pad twice, which comes with, I think, I want to say 100 or 200 sheets. However, of course, I'm playing it multiplayer. I've also got all the expansions multiple times as well, and gone through those pads a number of times as well. I've also laminated everything too, and this is a fantastic game whereby it's just a grid. It's by Incris Marcus Brantz, my favourite designers. They do the Exit series as well, so check out my 26 plus videos for that. But so check out the escape room playlist, check out the roll and write playlist. In this particular one though, you are looking to be the first to either cross off a column or a row. It's up to you, because if you complete off a row, you get a bonus points. If you complete off a column, you can also get bonus points. But typically the rows aren't very important. This one, you can get Knock Mal So Good or Bravo. So check out my video for that. Not as good as this. This is much more cleaner. But if you complete all the colours, you get bonus points as well. And it's the first person to complete 2 colours triggers the end of the game. And then you see who has won. You lose 2 points for each star left on there. So it depends if you want to try and lose, not care about stars. But you can also get various other points as well. Like I said, mainly it's about completing columns though. So that's what it's about. Fantastic fun. quick to play, easy to teach. Again, handles 1 to 6, which has worked really well. And there's not much downtime. One person's going to take 2 dice, one of each, one of a colour, one of a number, and then everybody else is going to be left with a choice of 2 colours and 2 numbers, and that's how it's going to work. You have some jokers as well, so you get points left over if you haven't used up all your jokers, but you can use one to say, well, I need exactly 4 green or 5 green, whatever it might be. But of course, as you use up the bigger things, you're spreading over, more likely to complete something. However, suddenly you've used up all the 5s, and now you can only use small values. So anytime you roll big numbers, you have to pass, and of course that's wasted your time and turn. So that's it. That has been the top 2,120 board games of all time as of beginning of 2023. I'll see if I can get to the 2024 list out to you earlier, because again, there's lots of new entries on there. However, it all comes down to whether or not we're doing this kind of stuff, or we're doing obviously all the board game reviews, of which more stuff is scheduled. Thanks for watching again. Keep on watching if you are interested. Hopefully you are. And I know based on obviously views and stuff, people are enjoying it. So thanks so much, and back to the table. Speak to you again soon. And also check over Instagram, the podcast, which is now live, and also Facebook.